part two of this great event. I'm honored to be, we call him the Godfather, so we call it Godfather of Nollywood Entertainment. And we are honored to have him locally here in Greenwich. And he has created a massive hub in Thameside Studio where we have a great space for people to actually come in to watch Nollywood movie, to take part in maybe they want to run event for themselves, photo shoot. In fact, all the packaging that got to do with movie production as Nollywood. And you know, the first time I met him, I was really shocked with, you know, there's a lot of people that have a lot of portfolio on their hand, and they are so humble. One great thing about Mr. Sam is that his humbleness in terms of everything that he has done. So over to you, Mr. Sam. I would like you to introduce yourself to my audience and also tell us your journey in terms of Nollywood movie industry.
Good evening, viewers, and good evening, audience. My name is Prince Sam and I'm the CEO of Nollywood Entertainment Limited and the organizer of Zafa Global Award, an award package that has brought all the African artists together and still continue to do that annually or biannually. It's a journey. Nollywood became Nollywood when we registered Nollywood Entertainment Limited in 2005. Before then, we were very proud and happy to have Nigerian film industries, which by the makers of the film, they were proud to say, I am an Igbo filmmaker, or I'm a Yoruba filmmaker, and so on. So we brought them together by registering the Nigerian movie industry as Nollywood. It was a controversy, but it has come to stay and become very big. Even other African countries now associate with Nollywood. And some other African countries have decided, okay, we are not Nollywood, we are Zuluwood, like the Zambians, the Zimbabweans. Everyone now want to have the Ghanaians want to call Gollywood. And yet, the good thing about it, when they ask me that question, why Zafa? Because Zafa is for Africans, it's not for Nigerians. It's not for one side of Africa, it's for all Africans, all the Africans in the diaspora and back home. So we have held that, and today, Zafa is very big in African community, in America, UK, and other countries. Nollywood has become a home for African film industry. And we're proud to say that when you count Hollywood, Bollywood, you count Nollywood. And it's very big. Some years you hear that Nollywood is number 2 in the world of filmmaking. So you call Bollywood, they are more, and then you call Nollywood before you even call Hollywood, which was the home of the movies. So we thank God that it's going very well.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. I'm gonna go straight to your base in Greenwich. I understand that. Why Greenwich? Why did you choose Greenwich to actually set up the Nollywood Entertainment Studio?
Okay. When I brought the Nigerian film to UK to premiere first, I started at Odeon Cinema in Surrey Keys. No, before then, I went to Peckham. It was at Peckham Cinema. And a lot of people were not happy to come to Peckham for one reason or the other. So I tried the Surrey Keys, and it was massive. Everybody was there. And I did that for a few years. It was very good. Now, Odeon Cinema is one house, so they moved their staff from Surrey Keys to Greenwich. And those staff said to me, instead of going to you know, sorry kids, we are here and you live in Greenwich, why don't us use Odeon Greenwich? So we move it to Odeon Greenwich. And since then, it has become the house of African film premiere, showing some big movies, screened there for more than a week, and so on. So my coming to Greenwich is because I live in Greenwich, and it's very good to, my people have a proverb, they say, Bonye Biko Wachi. So it is the house where you live that you protect. So living in Greenwich, I believe in supporting the Greenwich community, and I also want the Greenwich community to support the activities we're doing. Even though I have not seen that support, but I'm not giving up. I can see that Greenwich is supporting Black and African activities like the BFG. So I'm happy to be in Greenwich, and that is why I found a place where we can always come together, showcase Nollywood. At Netan Way, we have a big hall there where people can come and showcase their movies, do celebration of any type, and it's doing well, and I'm happy to be there.
Thank you very much. That actually brings me down to your, you say, you make a parable. I don't know, I can't explain it. But I think I understand what that parable is. They say where you live, that is where you invest.
You protect it.
You protect it, okay.
Yeah.
So you have your Nollywood studio, which we've been there. We know a lot of things happening there. So how was it very easy for you to link it up with what is happening in Greenwich, or you're still finding that as a challenge?
I'm still finding it as a challenge. Number one is that maybe the location or the estate, or it's like a mistake because the place hasn't got accessibility to live. So it's a big challenge for us. But having said that, we are happy because a lot of people come there. It's a free place for people to come in, start their production. We house filmmakers, musicians, comedians, and all cultural activities taking place there. So it's a place to build community. What we are trying to do now, which we are preparing, is to launch a TV station where we can take these children out of the street. They come to the TV and then they be part of it. We are going to start shooting movies with children, with teenagers, take them off street, do whatever you can do. You want to learn how to sing, play any instrument, we want them to come there. They want to act, we want them to come there and learn how to act. They want to become big musicians, we want them to come there. They can be DJs. We have a good DJ who teaches children and teenagers how to be a good DJ. And so we are open there. And so far, what we are lacking at the moment is to spread our network to these children in the community and let them know exactly what is happening and where it is happening.
So it's more like a community youth hub now. So you spread to the extent of youth hub. That brings me to my next question in terms of your work in the industry. I would like us to just give us maybe 5 minutes, just give us a lowdown of what the Nollywood industry was and now. Because I know in the past, I don't know if part of the movie we're going to be showing is looking at the epic movie. I know in the past the kind of movie we used to show and what are we having now. And how is that, how can, no, I was talking about the UNESCO data. The UNESCO data in terms of African history and how it has been disappearing, and if nothing has been done about it, we'll end up not even having history, not documented history. So how was the Nollywood movie industry compared to what it is now? And in line with the UNESCO data, is there anything that the Nollywood industry, yourself, Queen of Red Carpet in collaboration and with ourselves in Greenwich here, can do to protect this data and showcase our history?
quite a lot.
Yeah.
You see, to start with, when you ask how was Nollywood then
Yeah,
and now,
yeah.
a lot of changes. Because as at then, when they were doing it, they were like Yoruba movies, Igbo movies, Hausa movies. And everybody was doing, you can only be in a Yoruba movie if you speak Yoruba. You can be a Yoruba person, star in an Igbo movie if you speak Igbo. But now, the music is changed. It is now a collaboration, not only the Nigerians in their movie. Like I said, when I launched Zafa in 2006, I said to them that what my plan is to make sure that African movie industry collaborates within themselves and with the other international bodies. One of the big actor who studied and acted big time here, Olu Jacob, said to me, I will stand by you because I said this thing and they told me it will never work. But if I have that courage to start it up, I will make sure it works. We will work together. And so now, like HRM just rightly said, there is somebody, Adam there is not an African, but he is a Hollywood, Bollywood, and now Hollywood star. So bringing all these people together, I am so proud of what it takes. Make sure that we make Nollywood not just for Africans, not just for Nigerians, but for everybody. So collaboration is one thing. Like HRM said, we need government sponsorship. It's not just British government, it's not just Nigerian government, but anybody that loves entertainment should support the activities of bringing up the youth, the children, to do something rather than committing crime here and there. And it is working because we are spending our own money. We work 24/7 just to make sure that we keep these activities going on, and it is helping. So that is how it is working. We use what we have to get what we want. And I would be happy if any borough, Greenwich Borough or any other outside borough, even though we're in Greenwich, to support these activities, because some of the people we are training, they are not just Greenwich Borough. They come from all parts of the UK, and I'm very happy with being that.
Thank you very much, Mr. San. My next question is around, there's a lot of movie awards. You have the BAFTA, you have the, I can't remember the other names, quite a number of them, the Oscar and the rest. So over the years I've been watching, and I know, do you think it is high time with the work, bless you, with the work that Nollywood industry are doing, and in fact that the African movie industry are doing, do you think it is high time that our movie, we should start putting our movie as part of those categories? Looking at the population of our people all over the world, do you think it's high time some of these movie awards, these international movie awards, start putting our movie and our stars part of their recognition? Because this is where they get that global recognition. Queen of Red Carpet, the global recognition is needed. So do you think it's high time that those no, we see them in there's other places, but having them to receive this international award, do you think it's high time?
Now, obviously, this is the time because 2018, was it 2018 or 2017, we actually spread our award categories to international body, and we have awarded a Bollywood film. We call it foreign films, because if you're not an African filmmaker, you bring films to the Zafa Award, it is regarded as a foreign film. So an Indian film won the 2017 Foreign Film Award, and we got a British that equally won 2019 back in Nigeria. So Zafa is not going to stay just for Africans. Oscar originally was meant just for the Americans. BAFTA was just meant for the British. But today, both Oscar and BAFTA are now awarding foreign filmmakers. And so the same step that Zafar is taking, no one can write other ones. But the truth today is that Africans are now with more stories to tell than the Hollywood and I won't say Bollywood, they still maintain their culture, but Hollywood have no more stories. But Africans have stories. If you look at what is happening now, many Hollywood stars, filmmakers, producers, and directors, they are going to Africa to explore African stories. Most of what you watch today in Hollywood is no longer stories, realities is no longer there. But Nollywood has a lot of stories to tell. Like you have already said, we have to tell our own stories. It's not just a question of telling story, our own stories. And the only way we can do it is by bringing our own children to get into that story. They will know more about what they are doing and how to do it. And that will curb these activities of knife crimes and gunshot. We are on the right path if the government will support and sponsor us to do that.
Thank you. This brings me to my last question. My last question in terms of talk about because this year Black History Month for the RBG for Greenwich Council is actually claiming your narrative. So going back for the Black community, African community, taking the opportunity to tell their own story. I was saying to somebody the other day, and I said to them, I said, you don't know my story. You know, I said I think there was an incident, and I had this conversation. I said to them, I said, you don't know my story. If you know my story, you will understand from the point or from the angle that I am having this conversation, or I am passionate about what I'm doing. So like you say, we have a lot of story. Even in Greenwich here, the Black community have a lot of story to tell. But our community right here, when they were in the 50s, when they came to UK, when they came to Europe, we have our young people's stories with their family. We have those that have gone through immigration, how it torment and destroy the home. You know, there's a lot of story to be told. Your story about your lifetime, even just living in village, there's a story. So how are you going to do? I know at the moment we tell a lot of story about Africa, but I wanted to see the story about people that live in UK, people that live local, our local people. A lot of them have story to tell. Those that have been here, that is why sometimes there's a lot of things happening and we keep going back to starting from square one because we have not had the time to have an interview, a conversation, a storytelling from our elders that have been here in the 50s. They stay in this country, they came here in the 40s, they came here in the 50s, the Windward generation. Some of these stories have not been told. So, and if these people pass on, with all those knowledge, with all those experience, so as a producer, the same thing with Queen of Red Carpet. What are you guys doing to see that we start talking about local story, local Black story in our local community?
You see, one of the reasons why I am passionate about Nollywood is because we tell stories. We do the right thing. Back in the days, if you are a Yoruba woman, I will not be talking to you because I'm an Igbo man, or I'm an Hausa man, I will not be sharing with you. But today, not only does Igbo and Yoruba and Hausa share, we even share with white people, we share with Indians, we share with Chinese. So the world has changed, and Africans have a lot of stories because they have been every part of the world. If you talk about black person or African in Greenwich, of course they have a lot of stories. And most of our stories are mixture of experiences. I bet you an African that came to this country in the 50s, in the 60s, was either coming here to settle, if they have made up their mind or they are brought here, they are forced to come here. But say in the 60s to 70s to now, you prepare yourself to travel to UK. Now, some of us prepare to come to UK to study and go back. Some of us prepare to study and stay or go to other countries. So there are so many reasons why black people came to UK. There are so many reasons. Either their origin, the plan to come to UK got changed along the way. That story is high. And those of us here, if you ask us, how did we come to London? How did we come to UK? Our stories and why are we still here? Our stories are different. And so continuously, Africans have stories to tell, very interesting stories. When I tell you my story, you can write many books. When you tell me your story, you will make so many books. The same thing, HRM, the same thing this young man, those ladies, everyone have different story. And everybody's stories is unique. And that is why we should encourage ourselves to come together from time to time to share these stories. The movie you're about to see, it's a shame that you won't have time to see the whole of it. I selected it because that movie says Blind is Love. It's a story about a young, educated Yoruba man wanting to marry a young, educated Igbo girl. Two of them came to show them to their parents. The moment the parents realized that this girl is not from my place, they blew. No way, get out of our house, and things like that. But today, that story has changed. Everyone is even happy. They say, oh, I'm getting married. Oh, who are you getting married? Oh, it's somebody from Uganda. Oh, that's good. As long as you are happy, you're married. That is what it is today. Those days, it wasn't like that. It was that, no, you must marry this lady. This lady and your father were, her father and your father were so close friends, and that's who you must marry. I dictate who my child gets married to. Today, the children does what? They tell you who they want to marry, and that is the story.
Thank you very much. It has been an honor having you here. I've learned a lot today. I've gotten a lot of information, a lot of story, and I'm happy that you guys are going to be doing something in terms of changing the narrative, telling our own story, getting people. I think that would be a part of our next event, is to looking at inviting people to tell their story and see how we can make those stories into a proper movie. Thank you, Mr. Sam, for actually choosing this opportunity to be by us. And guys, you've heard everything from the horse's mouth. You've heard all the beautiful story, and I am honored, and I believe you've learned a lot today. If you want to connect with Mr. Sam, he's based at Nata Way, where you have the Nollywood Entertainment Studio. There, we're going to put a lot of information about both HR information on our social media, Facebook, and also on our website. Where if you want to contact them, you can actually go over. And it's movie premiere is it Saturday also?
On the 8th of November.
8th of November. Those information will be out there if you actually want to be part of it. We will be coming there. So guys, if you want to join the BFEG cruise to come to the premiere, do join us. and it will be like that. So guys, thank you for watching, and it has been an amazing time. Big thanks again to the Woolwich Library, to the Greenwich Council for actually making this event part of their Black History Month. I love you all. Please do not forget to continue to watch Nollywood's entertainment, and also go to your Sky TV. There's Nollywood movie there. Also go to is it
Florence 1 Billion Production.
Florence 1 Billion Production
On
on Instagram. So
and
guys,
Elegant Flicks.
Elegant Flicks, and also Nollywood Entertainment.
On the Zafa TV.
Zafa TV. Zafa TV.
I would like
there.
to ask HRH a question.
Yeah. Okay.
In your venue in Plumstead, what?
Thamesmead.
I'm sorry, Thamesmead. What are the difficulties you are facing for your business then?
Well, because we started that business during the pandemic, our major problem is finance, funding, because we were shut. For the first 2020, 2021, we couldn't do any business. 2 good years, no business. And those 2 years, we are owing our landlord. So we've been back and forward trying to sort out things. We tried a lot of fundraising. It never worked because of, one, the area. And I believe and stood by it that you make an area what it is. If you want to succeed, stick by your gun and you will succeed. So we're having that difficulty. And again, a lot of people don't believe in black business. That is still there. A lot of people are telling me it's not there, but it is still there. When you have a product, we have to convince the general public that this product is for everybody. Until you are able to do that, you're going to continue to face that difficulty. But the moment they realize that yes, it is an open market, you'll be happy.
Thank you very much, Ken Florence, for that question. That's an amazing question. And hopefully, this is not where we're stopping with this conversation. This conversation is going to take us to more debate and more conversation, looking at the Nollywood movie and also what we have here. They say what you have in hand is more important than what you are thinking to come. So what we have here is the 2 stars we have in our midst, and let's make good use of their connection and their contribution to the African movie. Thank you all for watching, and you are welcome to the BFEG Black History Month 365. And please do not forget to go to our website on www.blackfemaleentrepreneur.greenwich.com, and where you will see a lot of events for this Black History Month. Our next stop again for Spotlight on Nollywood is Plumstead Library. So for those of you that missed this session, we'll be having another of our great producer, Jason, will be joining us. Julius will be joining us at the Woolwich Library, where he will be doing his thing. And also we have the honor to also have the Queen of Red Carpet also to be with us there at the Woolwich, at the Plumstead Library. So if you missed today's session, watch, and if you want to see them in person, we're going to see you at Plumstead Library. Bye everyone. Now we're going to go straight to our Today movie. But for those of you on social media, ciao ciao. So now we're going to watch our epic movie for 30 minutes, and then we call it a day. Bye everyone.